So again, I'm gonna do coaching now. So usually I have my coachings very exclusively, but now we're doing it on stream. So I might interact a tiny bit with the chat, but I'm mainly focusing on the client. You can use this as free coaching for all the ones that don't have the financial position right now to invest into their League of Legends client and their hobby. So use this as a free coaching because my client, of course, is paying the 90 euros per hour and you can utilize it for free. Enjoy.
Sinerias?
Greetings. Do you hear me?
Hey, yes, I can hear you well.
How's it going? Nice to hear from you again.
Good to hear from you too. I'm excited for today.
Sounds good. I'm gonna screen share. You can jump right into it. You already sent me everything, so I can take a look at the game you want to review. So,
okay,
we have here the 2 and 5 game. Okay. Let me take a look here. 1 and 13. What are you cooking today?
Oh,
what is happening?
That was the previous. That was the previous game.
Okay.
So the 2 and 5 game was the game that I think I would really like to do a good review on. The 1 and 13 was just a fluke.
Of course, but how does this happen?
Well, essentially, there was a Xin Zhao on the other team that really screwed me up early. I kind of got behind, and I've been maining Yi the last year and a half. Most games I get ahead. Playing from behind, I just kind of was unable to do really much of anything. And it was just kind of a slow bleed.
You are inside my screen share, right?
I am attempting to get into it. I'm on my phone.
Okay, would be like if you only have your you need to join the screen share because I need to explain the situation, of course. So how are we gonna do it?
So I'm on my phone on the Discord right now. I'm attempting to join the screen share. Is there a way for me to do it? I'm just not sure how to click into it.
You need to click on the coaching voice channel where you're in right now, and then you can click on me and click join if that works for you.
Oh yeah.
I've never done it with my phone myself, so I'm just assuming that's the way it is.
I see. It says live. Yes. 1 sec. Okay, live. Yeah.
Okay, so everything works now. You're joined, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, about your OPGG. How does this ever happen that you end up having 13 deaths? Which happens multiple times. Oh, now you're muted. I don't hear you.
Sorry. It just kind of happens for me. Whenever I fall behind, it's very difficult for me to get back into a good spot.
Exactly, and it happens because it's just a habit that you're applying every single game, and then you will lead to having either a good outcome or a bad outcome, and that is not something I like to see. Because I gotta tell you that you're probably at the 10% of all my coaching clients that have the highest deaths possible. And that is a big problem for your client. You're already Emerald 1. You were Master 230 LP. That is insane. And yet now you're Emerald 1, which I don't accept. You are clearly playing the game for enjoyment reasons. And before I jump into this game, I want to ask you, do you want to, do you care more about the client itself? Or why do you even want to review the game? Do you just want to see what you can do better in that specific game? Or what is the problem with that?
So essentially, my solo queue journey has just been very frustrating. I was not working full time a year ago when I had my first grind into Masters 350 LP. I think I peaked, and I was playing Yi consistently every single day. I was only playing Yi, and then I think this season I peaked Diamond 1 prior to getting Masters, and then slowly fell down. And I think it was a combination of the Yi nerfs. I wasn't used to the build. And I just haven't been able to play as much.
Yes.
So what I've really been dedicating my time to is high elo flex lobbies, because I can still play Yi at my absolute highest capacity against really intense matches. And so you can see I'm Masters in flex. I have a goal of getting to Grandmaster in flex, just because I don't have the time to keep up with the high elo solo queue and the toxicity. And I'm just I get home from work and I'm like, do I really want to log on and just play and just get flamed, whatever? So the reason I want to review the flex game is because that's what has been high priority for me. have the time for it. I like playing with a group of people that like trust.
I want to say beforehand now, the reason you're not at your peak level and why solo queue feels rough and the toxicity is increasing is because you're playing out of exhaustion and also to get as a reward also like a little bit of the freedom and the fun aspect. And that leads to you not being ultra focused, which you cannot do because there's also work. But I want you to be aware that the biggest reason for you not being higher than Emerald 1 is nothing to do with your gameplay. It is single-handedly that you're not focused and leads to 1 or 2 free early deaths. And that is pure snowball for the enemies. And that is all, before we jump into the game, you need to fix, and you would be solo queue master tier level again. That is it for you. With one look at your OPGG, I already can tell that. If you play flex queue out of enjoyment, that is fine. And I think you should keep that up. But I want to just tell you that it's still gonna, like in flex queue, you probably have also teammates. You're not gonna die that much. Enemies are gonna play a little bit more safe, a little bit more slow. In solo queue, there's way more snowball and way more aggression. So just be aware that you need to make sure you're not dying early stupidly. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
That's a very important situation for you. Like the devs is what I've seen right now. Again, top percent of the highest devs I've seen in a very long period of time. Like for my coaching clients and for what you could do.
Yeah.
I also barely see 1 in 13. And then saying it just happens is already proving my statement that it is coming out of habit. Because otherwise it would be a rarity. And just happens is like you can't even control it. Okay?
Yeah.
So, okay. So you get cheesed. Since it's, do you play with friends?
In this flex game, I played with friends. We were all on voice communication. In solo queue, I play alone.
Okay. So if you're playing together, there's a high chance enemies also play together. So these shenanigans will always happen. What I want you to be aware of, that's a tip for the start, is look at champion-specific strengths. Graves, early game, is really strong, right? If they are in voice chat, they want to utilize that. If this was an Ivan and Gwen and Galio, they would have never invaded you. But because it's Graves, you instantly say, okay, he's gonna fight me. If this was a Nidalee, where is Nidalee good at?
She's good at invading as well.
Exactly, but when? Level 1? Not really, right?
Yeah, like level 2, level 3?
Probably level 3 probably. So she probably clears one side of the map. Like let's say this one, you clear top side, and then there's gonna be a fight on your blue. Like that's usually what Nidalee does, right? And you're playing at master tier level with good experience from Master E. So I don't need to tell you, but you need to learn the champion specific strength. So this is something that, again, you see the statement you said before, it just happened. You can apply almost everywhere. Here you got invaded. Yeah, he could have also started his red. Like, it just happens, you know. But you can kind of estimate it, knowing what Graves is good at. And that was very obvious for me. Like, not obvious in the sense that he does it, but obvious that he could do it.
Yes.
Okay? And now the game is already cooked because of that. Like, if the Graves is good, now it's already in a fucked position because he has full control and he should be stronger than you. Even though this is playable because you can hide behind the wrap buff. But if he plays it well, it's like almost impossible. You see, you can hide behind the wrap buff, but it's also very flippy because he can outsmite you as well, you know? This is like, look at his position. You don't want to be in there. Oh, shit.
Yes, at this, yeah. What were we saying?
Yeah, I just said, oh shit. This looks very cooked now. Okay, now in this position, okay, you take chickens. It's a little bit fucked up. He got your wrap buff. At least you killed him. But, yeah, I mean, it happens. There's not too much you can do about it. I mean, it was very cheesy and his cheese worked out. What you do so far, like, is not a problem. This can happen and that's completely fine. Okay, you take blue buff. Okay, you're level 3 and now you go for bot lane play. Okay, so far this is completely fine. I just want to tell you that the play itself, I don't like because it's a lot of time consuming. And in general, we want to be focusing on the efficiency aspect. That's another reason why you have been master tier and now you're not. It's because you were focused. I can bet that if I now ask you the question, what should you do? You would immediately come up with the answer, just take Grump into reset, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you need to see the precise picture when it is the most accurate. I would have went for Grump immediately because I don't see a reason for me to be here. I don't have flash, I'm level 3, I'm not a champion. Just let me farm, you know? Because of the fucking up early game. But now it gets interesting because now he's dead and now look what you do. What are you chasing? What is this? What are you chasing?
Yeah.
And that comes from joy, right? That comes from you enjoying the game because you're just in voice call, you're having fun, chill evening, right? But this is, since you also want to review it from getting better, is to need to instantly realize, okay, now the play is over. And there's a tip how anyone can do that is by asking one question. Can you kill the Graves now? If this Graves plays perfectly, straight up, never, ever, ever, zero chance. That's why you need to go to Grump. That's simple. If it runs into you...
I remember what my thought process was. My thought process was Graves doesn't have flash because he used it level 1, so I thought we could chase him down and kill him. That was my thought.
Okay, yeah, but he is full HP and you just use everything for... Like, even if Leona flashes, he's still full HP, he can get his E back up. Senna has, like, Q and W. I just don't like the position. Like, look at you. You're half HP, Yi without flash, without wrap buff. You're not a champion.
Yeah, that's true.
So, keep in mind that I told you to respect enemy strengths and weaknesses. Same as yours. Like, your weakness is... before level 6, you are useless. Before Bladed from King, you are useless. Like, not insanely useless, but that's not your strength. And your strength is...
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, you don't have Smite. Now, this 1v1 is terrible, of course. Yeah, you do a that was very well done from you. Yeah, that was very well done. I like that. Like, you were kind of like outplaying him psychologically. If he was good, he would annoy you here a little bit and you would lose your Grump, but that's okay. And now insta reset. Nice, good. Okay, so far it's fine. I also don't want to look too much at the early game because I think your early game is good. But the main points for you, specifically as a client, is the focus aspect. Like, I just want you to be more concentrated in important situations. For example, I didn't need to tell you at all to reset after Grump and then go to your top side. Because you know that from all your experience, macro, from past coachings, whatever, you know? But
yes.
When you are here, now you need to just pause everything and focus on the situation. Because I can tell you that if you win these plays and you like getting insane rewards in League and you like get ahead and snowball and then I personally have way more fun. So this is like... You can have your fun, but look at those crucial moments where you have to focus, like now. And the question is, how do you play this? Because the fact is, you're level 4, so you're not a champion, you want a level 6, and you don't have flash. That's 2 big indicators why this is terrible. You see? You see, you're doing nothing. Again. And now you're resetting again. For what? For longsword. Because there's nothing up on the map. You see how inefficient the game itself is, right? That's already what we both dislike. Okay, now you have flash. It's getting more interesting. Okay. Question to you. Can you play this dragon or not? Hello, brother?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I said I think I can, but I don't think I want to.
Okay. Is there anything you can do right now on the map?
Path topside?
Okay, but then you basically do nothing because the only camp that is up is your red buff, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how do you get to the dragon? And there's now a big fundamental you can apply, and you can just remember that, especially for flex Q valuable, by the way, is if you are ahead, you can do a technique. And that is called pushing with your lanes. And you can decide which ones. So that means you walk mid lane now with Syndra, and you help Syndra push the wave. And the wave is pushed, that means Syndra and you have the first move. And through that, you can walk and start the dragon. That means the moment you see Syndra is about to get priority, that means, like, for example, now it's pretty even. It's not that she has prior right now. But if she, like, let's say, has full abilities and gets the wave shoved in, and she has the first move, then you can start the dragon. You can't start the dragon right now, because if you start it right now, Galio has similar move than Syndra, and bot lane, enemy bot lane has prio. So what you can do also for bot lane is you walk bot with Samira and Leona, you push this wave and you push the next wave that is going to come. And then you basically force those two to go back to the tower. And then you rotate with your bot lane to the dragon. But you can only do that if you're clearly stronger than the enemies. Okay? And then you would see Graves and then you would not even start the dragon in the first place.
Yeah. I think I greeted for the dragon thinking maybe it would be... It wasn't a smart move. You've taught me this before in a coaching session.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you see the habit is repeating not because of a lack of knowledge, but mainly because of a lack of focus. But you didn't know the trick before, I didn't tell you that last coaching session, is that you first rotate with mid lane. You see, like Syndra wants to help you, and she's probably a fine player, like she's doing completely fine, and she can fight the same with your bot lane, but she needs to first shove the wave. So imagine you helped her. Then Galio is stuck on the wave, because he can't just leave the entire wave. So, like, do you see?
So you're saying it's worth to split the XP just for prio and then push towards the objective with an advantage?
Yes, only if you are sure, and that is mainly when you are ahead, that you can get the objective. I give you an example. Let's say Leona was standing here, and you're right now here, okay? Grubby spawned now. So you want to play for Grubbies. You shouldn't go for Grubbies immediately though, because Galio and Syndra have the same move and you could get caught. But what you can do is with Leona and Syndra push out the wave, share the XP, and then as free rotates together towards Grubbies. And the enemies can't do anything about it. Because even if Braum is here and Graves and Galio, let's say Senna has to be bot, right? It's a 4v4 situation with Olaf. And because you have like 1000 gold more, look at Olaf's stats, you know? How can Gwen stat check that? So if there's a 4v4, you always win. And there's no counterplay. But again, that only works the technique if you're sure you're getting the objective. Before it was a bit trickier because you're not level 6. Now you see if you take it and insta-smite it, it's risky. Because now Graves could be here with Braum. You had no vision of... Okay, now you see Braum. I didn't know if you saw him. But if they're here with Galio ult, you're cooked. And Syndra can't do anything. You see? Here's prio.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it gets interesting. Because now he's in fog of war. And now I would be sweating. I would be like, oh, fuck. Are they coming? I don't know if they're coming. Are they coming? You see this? This is scary as fuck. Yeah. So if you're playing Flexio especially, try to have a good communication with your support to have a roam timer. There's a minion wave spawning. I will show you that real quick. This is a big tip for all of you guys, by the way. There's a minion wave spawning that is here at minute 7:45. That is the Grubs wave. On the Grubs wave, you want to have priority to the Grubbies. That means your support should roam on that wave, and that wave is where you get control over mid lane, through which you get control over Grubbies. And again, if you play these objectives correctly, Grubbies, Dragon, and you focus early game, they can't invade you because you respect the champion specific strengths, you focus on good opportunities. Already, we have not talked long, you already covered very, very well. Like, I think you already are a little bit more awakened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just about efficiency too. Like, you know, I have to be like efficient every single like microsecond of the game on Yi.
Perfect. So I have a question for you. Why do you wait in this bush?
I think. Oh, you mean for Gwen here?
Yeah.
Because I wanted her to get close enough to where I could run her down.
Good. And that is absolutely correct. And you also wait your Q cooldown. But the efficiency part comes from here. And I just show you real quick the small movement. And this is just a very small thing, but I see it, of course, at high level. On that auto attack, now she's stunned. Now you start moving. Because she finishes her auto attack. And that is the fastest move you can possibly apply. And you don't wait until she's finished and now you walk out. Because now the distance is way higher. It's a very small thing, but that is easy for me to track because of all my experience. But you move in the fastest way possible. And you don't give her time because now she can secure this plating for sure, which is not illegal, but she needs to die here. Okay, you see? Perfect. Okay, so you kill her. Next question, do you take the wave?
I believe I do take the wave.
Yes, you do take the entire wave because Olaf will not be in time. If there was a full cannon, full HP, you could leave the wave to Olaf. But you push the entire wave and you push it quickly, so this wave doesn't stack up in a crash. Do you push the next wave?
I believe I do push the next wave.
You don't. Because Gwen has TP, and if you push the wave, you will take away a lot of XP and gold from your Olaf.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that makes sense.
So just quick takeaway. I'm not going to focus on wave management, but just a quick takeaway from you. You push it if Olaf loses it regardless. Now here Olaf would not lose it. And you push it if Gwen loses it regardless. If you push this, she would not lose the wave because she instant TPs. And then she got 6 CS while Olaf got 0. So you basically fucked your top lane as well.
You're right. I knew that. That was yeah.
Don't worry. But even in the coaching, I want you to focus now because I'm going to ask you questions.
Yes.
But through the focus, again, that's the next thing, comes more joy. Because I have to multiple times where I'm playing my main account, for example, and I'm having fun and I'm laughing with like the high elo players. And then I lose. Then I'm so disappointed and not having any fun. Yet if I won, the entire fun would have quadrupled, you know? Same with here. Like if you win just because you're playing better, I personally have so much joy. I mean, that's the competitive game. Okay, use your E. Need to watch it again. Okay, I understand your point of view. You want to go for this. I just wouldn't because you have 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I wouldn't go. Like the fact that Graves and Galio is close is an argument, which makes total sense. That's not the reason I wouldn't go for this. I just tell you, like, let me ask you a simple question. Imagine you take this plant, then you walk here, you reset, get better from King, Wolf, Grump, and then bot lane dive. What could the enemies do?
Nothing.
Exactly. So why would you waste your ult now? But if you had
yeah, but like just to answer your question, it just for me like with Yi, sometimes it just is like so reactive where if someone walks into me point blank, I like instantly without thought I'm like this like what an opportunity like because if I take an extra second or two to like process it, I might have already missed out on the opportunity. So when I saw her, I thought this is a great opportunity for me to get to her. She can't get to her turret in time before I kill her. That was kind of my logic. I didn't really process the Galio ult or anything that was coming next. I just thought that I could get her and put her further behind.
Yes, and that is very good champion mastery, which separates you from other Yi players. Yet be aware that your thoughts can be wrong in a lot of situations because those habit or this reaction is basically a habit linked on past experiences. And if you play a play 100 times out of 100 times, you will always have an X success rate and an Y failing rate, right? And that is basically linked out of like deep down subconsciously in your brain, yet still you're just moving. But be aware of that, okay? So whenever you react like this, I want you to react like this because that makes you improve, but then at least reflect on it. Without the reflection aspect, you're always gonna follow like a dog follows his tail, you know?
Yeah.
And here, the next thing you can do better is think about this in advance. For example, if I was playing and I see I have 2k gold, I would say right now, okay, I really, really, really want to reset. I only stay if I absolutely need to stay, right? And because I say this basically out loud, or like I say this very deeply in my brain, it's like I wouldn't even think about it. These two tips will probably help you also a lot in those decision makings.
Yeah.
Okay, you survive it. Beautiful. Danger ping this because numbers disadvantage. You don't want to fight 2v3. Perfect. You got a reset off. Okay. Do you want me to cover the entire game or is it now the mid-late game as well or something specific you also want to see?
Look, well, what's interesting is this Olaf player is a friend of mine, and he's the #1 Olaf player, like in NA, at least I think the last 2 seasons. So he's like an exceptional player, and he has this lead. And I don't know what happens to me in this middle to late game, but like that's where I think the game falls apart. As far as I'm concerned, I think we're winning at this point. And
Yeah,
Graves is like one of the hardest champions for me to play against his Yi. And he just eventually starts like one-shotting me. And I just can't find a way to... I guess it would make sense to answer your question just to review some of the team fights and how maybe I can play them better.
I'm going to then look at the core issues at the game, okay? I'm not going to look at, I think it's going to be really valuable for you if I cover everything, but I want to focus on the core moments, which is the most value for you in this coaching. Now, in this position, the reason you feel like you're so far ahead is because of everything you got. You got the kills, you got the grubbies, and you feel very... let's just say dominant because you're always winning every stat check right now. But keep in mind that this is just a reality that is in your brain and not true, because enemies are actually ahead in gold. And keep in mind that your Olaf is fat. To answer the question on how you play with a fat Olaf is very simple. You ignore him for now because it doesn't need you to snowball further. You should play on the other side. Yeah. That is the first thing. Now, keep in mind, you got to be very dangerous with that statement because you never want to play into enemy strengths. Senna is strong and you want to not play for their strong side. Otherwise, you do a big mistake. So you should be top lane here and there when Olaf is like when enemies try to shut him down or to dive the Gwen. But mainly you want to let him like snowball. And on the other side, you make sure that enemies are not that annoying or like diving and snowballing and make sure that they are not fully like basically sieging, but you don't just forcefully fight. So this is very dangerous. It's good because you kill Senna 100%, but it's a bit dangerous in my opinion. You see, you see exactly what I said. Game is cooked because of that. You see, now you use your ult, you don't have flash, you die, they get dragon, they get full control, and now exactly what I said is dangerous is applying right now out of like this is just typical. When I just announce something, it instantly happens. I don't know why. Now, what you should have done is the play itself is bad. Like here, Leona engage is okay. This is okay. This Senna flash, Samira flash, this was the mistake. Because now she flashes, and now she leads to forcing a full fight. And that leads to now the play is bot side. And this is a big tip for weak side and strong side. Look at the Olaf. Olaf has, oh my god, she has full item and he doesn't. That's crazy. Okay, but Olaf has more, does he? Yeah, he has 800 gold more. So now he has 5k gold. But what does he use right now? Absolutely nothing. He's waiting, right? Whilst Senna, who is 2 and 0, or like 1 and 0, and has full item, is using her item. That's why you want to play away from them, generally speaking. So it's a bit of a hard tip for you to understand how to help the Olaf optimally. But what you can take away is just you help him here and there with a quick dive, and you just want to make sure that bot lane doesn't burn, but you don't want to fight bot lane. Okay? Do you understand it properly?
Fight bot lane. Yeah?
Do you
understand it properly?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, I hear myself twice now.
Oh.
I don't know what you changed, but now I hear myself twice.
Do you hear me? Do you hear yourself once now? Did I fix it?
I hear you well. I hear myself twice, and that's
I hear myself twice.
That's kind of unplayable.
I'm sorry. Let me fix it.
Kind of unplayable.
Yeah, this is nice. Let me know when everything is working. Okay, now I don't hear myself twice anymore. Hello? He goes also for some really risky plays that explains his death amounts. Yes. That's a very good point to say, Xianor. How are you doing today, by the way, Faith? Have you already taken a look at the first course lessons, brother? Hope you're enjoying it. By the way, chat, are you enjoying the coaching so far? Are you enjoying the live coaching? No, not live coaching, but live on stream coaching. You can ask me questions right now whilst he's like gone. I don't hear him right now. Oh, that explains it. Hello? Yo, brother, greetings.
Yes, I think we just got disconnected.
Okay, so now everything works again for you. Can you join my screen share again?
Yes, I'm watching on the stream.
Okay, perfect. On the stream, on my stream you watch.
Yes, on my other phone.
You have two phones, and one phone is on Discord, the other is watching my stream.
Correct.
I love it. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be a very small delay, but it's fine. So, in this position, you have a huge problem. That is you starting the Herald. That means the problem here. First, I'm gonna... Before I talk about this play, Xehanort said this correctly. You're taking way too many risky fights. You're fighting, a play is over, then you fight. You need to get better on this by one simple task. After a fight, you don't go for the next fight. And that is called learning tempo. That means after you got top lane kill, you have 1.3k gold. Olaf has 1k gold. Syndra has 700 gold. Just reset. And then all of you together go for the next play. You don't need to overforce. That means you're getting something. You're getting basically a sweet. And after you've eaten dessert, the dessert, the next thing you do is instantly want the next dessert instead of you should just chill a bit. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's what you got to do better. Now, look at this play. The problem here is that on one side you're dominant, leading a play. On the other side, you're not even communicated correctly. Because what is going on? Look at you. First, you don't push the wave of Olaf, as you learned it now with me. Okay, you didn't know. Then you start Herald without any vision. Leona, meanwhile, paths bot side. Now Syndra walks up. And then Leona comes, whilst Braum is here, and now Syndra resets. You see, everything is out of control. That is the big issue, and that is why you're losing this game right now. If you would have reset after the top lane kill, like I show you. Here, you kill Gwen. And now you press B. Game is won, because you take Wool, Scrum Blue, maybe you dive bot lane, or you go Herald again when you have ult back up. In 17 seconds. You have all the time in the world. You can just relax a bit. You can even push this tower if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay, this tower you wouldn't have gotten. And you see Graves, you see Braum. Next question. I have... No, that's not a question. That's actually now a statement for you. Barely. Like, you are playing in your master 230 LP peak. And I don't know many. I've been coaching now since 3 years plus. And I don't know many of my clients would have ever taken this play. Even in gold, they would have said, oh, that's too scary for me. But you don't care at all. You just straight up go for it, which is in one sense giga chat, in another sense extremely stupid.
No, it's a problem I have. I'm very ego.
We got it. GG.
Yeah.
We got it. Okay, and that problem, and also the other things that we mentioned today, is repeating itself constantly.
Yeah.
And alone this is proven your ego. Look, Braum is legit queuing in your face. And what you do? But I don't want to give it. What is that? It's like you're holding on to it on your dear life.
I know. So this is my brain. I remember actually what I was thinking during this. So I was thinking that I knew the play was to rotate. This is my thought process. What I thought, we have Olaf ahead. We're playing topside right now because we have the advantage of a strong as fuck Olaf, who's like, you know, one of the best Olafs in the world. So I was like, well, if we play for this objective, we're probably going to win this. And so I figured Leona would rotate up to like join us for the fight. And I don't think I was properly communicating, hey, hurry, get here. But that I just instinctually thought that would be the rotation. We'd have the 4 versus 4, or maybe 3 versus 3, and that we would easily take that fight. So I was struggling to give the rift because I really wanted that to be a fight that I thought we would win.
I mean, it's a good argument, but you have to keep in mind that you need to treat your Olaf as an Olaf player, not as the best Olaf player, because that's also leading then to being overconfident. That is also then an issue. And the next thing now, your Olaf probably had ult down, flash down, ghost down, had full legendary item in base. Now I'm gonna ask you, this Olaf, if it's the best Olaf, then why don't you let him play the game? Imagine he had his full item with Ghost and with Flash on the next fight. He's gonna destroy them all if he's that good, you know? Now, just view it that way. This Herald is not gonna end the game. Your death on the Herald will.
Yeah.
Okay, and next thing, if you see a rose, you pick it up. That's 200 gold worth of value for the entire team divided to 5, of course. And that's also taking away 200 gold for enemies, so 400 total gold value, not 100%, but estimated.
Yep.
That is always worth it to walk in and waste like 3-4 seconds is worth it. Okay, why do you not take your Grump? Okay, you want to secure Scuttle, is fine.
And my logic was take Scuttle before he takes it, then I can get my Gromp later.
That's a good statement. That is correct. What I see as an issue here is the core moment. Now, you need to view jungling as a dance. You need to be the one leading. So it's a perfect dance. And this is getting very weird. Do you want this fight here?
I do not. I actually saw it happening and I felt like I had to respond to give us any chance at all.
Exactly. And now we did it. Now you're not leading the dance. Now you're responding and you're getting leaded. Do we want that ever? No. We got the next answer and the next problem. We got the problem and the answer. So, Leona's walking up. It's your responsibility to tell her to not walk up. You need to lead.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
That makes sense.
Why? And Leona needs to see it herself. Why? One simple reason. Why is Leona not allowed to play right now, even though you are here and Sinerias here? What is the reason?
I would say, well, I guess they're just stronger than us, right? I mean, the Graves.
Not necessarily. Forget about the stronger aspect. It's a very basic one. Also, about the Herald play before, you're correct. You might be able to fight that, but why would you risk the game over that? Like, imagine you are already in a winning position with good teammates. Okay, let me tell you another thing. If I was playing Flex Queue with streamers, with like streamers of my choice, like all Challenger players, we would have, until Challenger, 100% win rate. We wouldn't lose a single game. Like legit, until Challenger. Why? Because we are just not taking fights which we just don't win 100%. So the Herald play is a good example. Why would you risk the game? Same, is it similar than here? Why would you risk anything? You are ahead, you are stronger. But the reason Leona is not allowed to walk up, I'm going to ask you again, what do you think is the reason?
It's not 100%.
Yes, but...
Win rate. Okay,
forget about the... Why is it not 100%? What is the problem of that?
Well, it's a 50-50, it's a flip. It's 50%
yeah?
they can win, 50% we can win, so why would we risk losing momentum with this random fight in the mid lane?
Okay, but I agree. It's 50-50. We flip something over nothing because we're also fighting for nothing, which is another reason. There's no Herald, there's no Dragon. The fight, if both, like we're fighting for nothing, not even vision control, nothing. Okay, but forget about the numbers. Forget about the 50-50 aspect. What is the big problem you see in this exact picture? Why this is terrible, always terrible?
Numbers advantage?
Yes. Where's your numbers? Where's where? Who?
It's 3 versus 2. 3 of them versus 2 of us until I arrive.
Okay. Yes. What I wanted to hear from you, which I really need you to see, and that's important for you to take the lead, is to look at Samira. She's in base. That is the only reason why I dislike this. And that needs to be instantly coming out of your brain. Wait, Leona, don't fight. Samira's not here yet. And the answer is actually very basic, like extremely basic, extremely simple. When does Leona be allowed to play? On this next wave. Because on this wave, Samira is bot. Samira takes the wave, then we all rotate together, and then we siege for this tower. GG, game is won. Next.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I have the ability to break a game that seems complicated, break down in very easy concepts.
Yeah.
It's like a chess move. What is the best chess move? Enemies don't have counterplay. Now they die. What happens is now enemies have the control. You are being leaded. You're like following nothing. And then Samira is going to be alone when Syndra is walking out of base.
Yeah.
So, everything explained? Nothing more to say
Yes,
to that.
Yes, that makes sense.
And now they got... it's exactly what I said. Like, the game exploded through this one play. And now, exactly what I said! Now they fight when Syndra is walking. And you again didn't lead it. Why? Overconfidence. But we have the best Olaf.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle at one point. And it's very easy avoidable with pure knowledge and focus and leading.
I mean, you can see I'm not like technically trying to engage. I think Olaf just randomly, like, it kind of shocked me. He didn't seem like a typical play from him where he just ran in 1 versus 5.
Yeah, you didn't engage, but you also let him die. Like, imagine you have 2 children. Do you have children?
No, I do not.
Okay. If
But
you
I have a niece and nephew.
You have a... What do you have?
A niece and nephew.
What is niece and nephew?
Nephew. It's essentially my brother. My sister has 2 children.
Okay, 3 nephews. Now I understood. I didn't understand the first word. Okay, you have 3 nephews. Okay, you are the uncle, so you would always take care of them. And if they do some shit, if they do eat something they shouldn't eat, you're going to be there telling them to not eat it. And you're not saying, yeah, but I didn't eat it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I will only accept if you are taking the lead and the control. And it's funny because you told me I'm not trying to engage. On the moment I saw this, when you are going, everyone is missing and you're engaging here. What are you engaging? He has flash. We saw all the enemy teammates. Okay, I didn't expect him to reset here, but what is this? And now you lost your ult! And now you can't play for the dragon again.
Yeah. This was greedy. I think at this point, I thought maybe, I don't know. It just kind of came over. It was one of those moments again where I didn't think quick enough. It was like what I described earlier when I saw an opportunity and I felt I have to react.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, same situation. Now comes the reflecting part. We play it, that's okay. But then we review the game and see, okay, was this good? And then you have an answer. Because if you had ult now, the play would also be way easier. Because without ult, you also... Imagine you had ult. Now you ult. You don't have, like, imagine you had ult. It would be so beautiful with ult. But nice, you killed them. Very nice. You got the dragon. Okay, but now I'm gonna fast forward.
Yeah, because somehow this worked out, like, beautifully.
Yeah, they get caught. I'm not gonna take a look at it. We're gonna look forward. Why does it work out beautifully sometimes? Because also enemies do tons of mistakes. But if you remove yours, enemies will still have theirs.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna take a look at your mechanics too a bit. Okay, with Yi you want to play front to back. You have rage bait. Oh, you don't buy those upgrades, by the way. Movement speed on it over 2 seconds doesn't give you anything. That's pretty useless. So what you want to do with Yi in any team fight, as a tip, is basically be like a very small little animal that permanently is there. Like imagine you were in smoke screen, invisible, and you just do auto attacks. And enemies are not aware you exist, you know? They're like, they don't even see you. Then you become a monster. If you had like here 2 auto attacks on Galio, and then you Q Gwen with Q bounce here, all of they're just dead. It's a pentakill. Okay? You never want to be the dominant guy in the front who everyone sees. That means you kind of, like I would have queued the Braumold, and now I would, that's important, stand here. Because here, they don't even know if they attack Leona or you. And you're kind of like invincible. If you end up being, okay, you did kind of that, okay? But now you're basically here. I would try, okay, that's very hard. You couldn't do that necessarily. But I would be probably like somewhere here or here where it's very hard for the enemies to even notice I exist. You know what I mean? It's like pretty challenging.
Yeah.
Now it's very obvious where you are, right? And if you... Okay, if you had ult, I would have also flashed in front. I would... Yeah, it's just... You die, your flash was terrible. You usually want to use your flash with your ult. And if you... Oh, you don't have flash. You don't have flash. Okay, this is fine. I mean, I would have probably killed the Senna, but I'm not gonna analyze this too much here. This is not a core problem. I mean, you killed them. We take it. You get double tower. You get Baron. That is fantastic.
So at this point, it seems very winnable. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty excited. I'm like, okay, it looks like we got this. I don't know how this falls apart so terribly. I think it just comes in like 1 or 2 catches.
Okay, you need to understand when the fight is lost, right? Here the fight is lost.
Yeah.
That is when you should exactly instantly take this plant, walk mid lane and take this wave, and then get bot lane wave. So the enemies lose tempo. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what you should have done here. You're
I
considering...
think I do that.
Ah,
with the
nice.
lane.
Ah, nice. Very good. Okay, very good. You got tempo. Perfect. You don't need to ult. If you ult, the moment you ult, now you're not a champion for 80 seconds. You only ult if you legit die, which you fought, which is okay, right? But here you don't die. Like here you don't need to ult. You even get movement speed from the bush. If you don't ult, you could even cheese on them, by the way, because if they face check you, they're going to die. For example, this Graves. He's inting. There's a ward. Okay, there's a ward. If there was no ward and he dashes over the ward, he's dead.
Yeah.
And now the problem is because you don't have ult, if enemies find you, you're dead.
Yeah. I need to be more conservative with it for sure.
Yes. Okay, beautiful. So you got the Crux. You get the wrap buff. Beautiful. Completely fine. Reset. Okay, I mean, so far it's okay. Now, the question is, how do we win the game now? That gets interesting, okay? A tip for me is if you have a game position like this, you want to be the one pressuring and not to be the one getting pressured. That means you always would prefer having a position like this rather than a position like that. Okay?
Yeah.
So you try to be faster than the enemies. That's what I would do. I would do the same, by the way, what you're doing right now. I would probably be faster. Like I would be on display faster. Okay, this is good. The moment they reset, it shifts to now we get a disengage here and we pressure there.
Yep.
Cheesing in this bush is bad. Because the enemies have numbers advantage because they're coming out of base. That is the only reason. Otherwise, you could cheese in this bush. Because you gotta keep in mind that even if you kill now those two, you're not getting anything because there still are the rest of them. So it's very risky for no reward. You don't even get towers. Now you engage because Braum is here. And that's the problem. And that's probably the reason you die. And through that death, enemies snowball. And through that...
Yeah, I think this was the biggest throw for me.
Yes. So you gotta learn. This is like the late game. The late game tempo moves is that when you have move and when they don't. When they have move. For example, enemies have move here because they have like a pressure and vision control. We don't have vision. We don't know where they are. For that, they generate pressure. So Samira can't just face check through everything, right? But we have move on bot side. So the control over the map right now looks like this. This is their control. This is our control over the map. And the more it like when they reset, the control over the map changes. The moment they reset, the control over the map looks like this. Now this is their control, and they're coming because they want to get back to this control of the map. So you're now in enemy territory, and you gotta see that instantly. But if they do this, that this is their control, and they force like this, then you can also get this control because now you have this area more to take. So now it's gonna try to shift it like this. And then you have this control where you can consume more. Okay?
Yeah.
And you just gotta notice. You didn't notice, that's why you went for the play. This is just not a big mistake, it's just a lack of knowledge which you now know. And next time enemies will fumble there as well. Like they will die the same way you just died.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was the big problem. Now enemies are consuming, like on all vision, you see they got a lot of, like they are now in control because they have like all the first tempo because of your death from before. Enemies didn't really do anything with that. Like you still have good vision control. I'm kind of surprised. Enemies do a big mistake here. They should get more control over the map. And now it's just linked on one team fight. So you just got only this position because of all the mistakes you did previously. And now it's just a little bit RNG and whoever outscales. For example, Gwen has insane scaling, Senna has insane scaling, and you get outscaled. Like you are scaling until 3 items. What the fuck are you buying, by the way? What is this? Brother, how can you do this to me? How can you do this to me? You're buying good mental griefs, QSS. What? Vampire Scepter with Blade of the Rune King and then Executioners? Brother, this is the most passive build I've seen in a while. You're like, good mental just because of the fate of it. QSS because you're scared of what, by the way? You're playing it, you need to play it differently. Executioners as if they could out-heal your damage. And what are you gonna heal?
So I got the Executioners earlier because the Olaf was begging someone to get it, and I said I can grab it. I had a.
He has it himself. He has
Well,
format.
it was before he picked up the Thorn. This was early. I bought that, and then the QSS is a kind of unique item for me. I get it a lot when I'm against, like, if there's like a core CC ability that I'm worried they're going to get off of me, just to instantly get out of it and just complete my like execution. And then the Vampire was just because I was like, well, I guess I'll work towards completing the full Mercurial Scimitar, whatever it's called.
Okay. Another tip for you. You don't do anything like this. QSS only if it's absolutely necessary. Good mental you never really buy. And in Vampire Scepters anyways, Grief, you either buy HP or more damage output. And Executioners, there's maybe 3% of games where the I love it! I can't! Okay, this is... Okay, listen again. Execution, there may be 3% of games where this item does anything. You said you bought it earlier. Enemy healing reduced. 190. That's not even an auto attack. Nobody cares about Executioners. This is just... A lot of low elo players say, I've seen this so many on TikTok videos and stuff. Yeah, bro, you should have bought Executions. It does nothing. You need to apply it, and it's only 40% from Senna Q. Now, who cares? It's doing nothing. It's useless. It's always about you need to kill them before they heal, and the anti-heal doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you also don't want to buy anti-heal as a carry champion. That's true, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like Senna, if it's Senna support, she can buy anti-heal. Okay, that makes sense because look at this auto attack. That makes sense. But otherwise you don't. Because how often do you actually apply it? Okay, now if you play for Baron. Hey, this is all okay. This is all okay. You kind of want to force, but tip for me, you don't want to move in on that timer. You see, now you move in on Baron. That's a bad timer because the wave is already here. You first always get the wave. Very simple. You get the wave, and with the wave pushed, you then, with the wave being pushed, you then rotate for vision control. And through that vision control, you fight. And if the enemies don't fight and give vision control, then you go for Baron. That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
The mistake here is that you're chilling there. Both sides are fucking this up. This vision control. Look, if you walk mid lane now, they can't do anything because if they walk up for the Baron, then you're just gonna keep pushing with the wave, and they are cooked. If they so they need to walk back here anyways, and then you can rotate for vision control. So there's no reason for you to stand in this bush even.
Yep.
And now there's a fight on wave, which is terrible. So you always want to push the wave first, because if the enemies die, when the wave from you is still there, then you can end. And if you die now, and there's no wave from the enemies, they cannot end. Okay, front to back. Okay, that's a mistake. Do you know what the mistake is?
I do not.
Okay, let me explain. So, with Yi, you always play, always start off with front to back fight. Okay? That means, especially on it, Yi, okay? So now, you attack this minion first for 1 Rage Blade and passive stack. Then you walk up on Braum, and now you do auto attack on him. And that stacks your passive, your Rage Blade, and your lethal tempo. And you finally damage output. What do you think the Senna does when you attack the Braum?
I think Senna stacks on top of it.
What do you mean stacks on top? She's gonna walk up, right?
Oh, she's gonna get like baited. Yes.
Yes, she gets baited. Now, Senna has 2 options. Option number 1, she walks up and does some damage. Because in order to get damage output, she needs to walk up. You agree, right?
Yes.
Okay, if she walks up, what happens?
She gets caught.
Perfect. And if she doesn't walk up, what happens?
She stays alive.
She stays alive and she's just not participating in the fight, right?
Yes.
Okay, what happens if she doesn't participate in the fight with the Braum?
I mean, well, she stays a long life. Like, she lives longer, so she can maybe...
Oh, no, let me ask the question differently. Who's gonna win the fight if Senna is not participating?
Oh, we're not gonna win the fight.
If Senna is not participating, it's then you have numbers advantage.
Well, no. So the idea was, Well, no. So Senna's not participating in the fight, then we have the advantage, a numbers advantage.
Yes. So if you have numbers advantage, you're going to win the fight, right?
That's right.
Okay, and you're gonna win the fight very, very easily because they don't have an ADC, right?
Correct.
Okay, and that's how you play Master Yi. That means you front to back Braum. If she walks up, she's dead. If she does not walk up, you kill all of them. GG, we won.
Yep.
It's that simple.
Yep.
You don't chase like this, because this is chasing ghosts, and now you are Master Yi. You have an insane damage output. Your team needs you for that.
I know. You know what it was? I thought that if I got her out of the fight, that it would give us an advantage, because I thought she was the highest damage output.
Okay, that is just on paper correct. But in reality, there's a Braum right now in front of you that is a free Rage Blade and Lethal Tempo stack.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're correct. If you like write everything down on paper, I wanna make sure Senna is caught off and stuff. Correct. But that's not the reality. Reality is Braum is in front of you and you can just attack him for free. And nobody, like, this is, by the way, the dream for Master Yi. This is a wet dream for Master Yi. Straight up. Because they are not fighting you. Remember on the Dragon when I said you gotta be unaware? They are not fighting you.
Yeah.
So it's extremely free to stack your rage blades, get your resets and everything. Like this is out to 1 every time when I watch this play.
Yeah.
Okay, now you got it. And this is how you would want to win the fight. You end up losing it. The rest doesn't matter. You die, you fight, you die. And now you have 1 more fight. This is the last fight we're gonna take a look at.
Okay.
The team gets caught before the fight starts for no reason. They should just give soul.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. That fight is just lost.
Exactly.
I think that at this point I've gotten all the value from this game. So
Perfect.
we don't even do that last fight. I think the biggest takeaways for me is just being hyper focused on the small details. Making sure to utilize my gold before taking a fight, so not trying to fight as often as I do, and then dropping my ego and being more thoughtful.
Yes.
Prior to a
100%. Like I am very happy with how far we've gotten. Like I think that's gonna be a completely different book I'm going to read next time you're here.
I think so too.
Perfect, brother. All right.
Well, thank you so much, Sinerias. I appreciate your help with the analysis, as always.
100%. I wish you a beautiful remainder of your day. Thank you for your time and energy. And you can message me, as always, in around 2-3 weeks and let me know how it's going. Let me see if you feel a difference.
Okay.
Sounds good. Take care, man. I wish you a beautiful day.
Take care.
Goodbye.
You too.